Hi, this is Srinivas from Kaviram Academy. So, for online and offline classes in Kaviram Academy, you can contact Kaviram Academy. The number is provided in the screen. So, today we are going to see about a format specifiers in our C programming. So, what are these format specifiers in our C? So, basically, this format specifier is nothing but an operator that has been associated with our printf function. So here what exactly is this format specifier is, see, whenever you want to print any value on your output console, you can't directly print the value that is present in your variable. So as we know that the data has been stored in your variables, yes, these variables, whenever you want to print these values on your output console, you can't directly print those values on your output console. So for that, what we use is we use these format specifiers in our C programming. So this is also an operator. So format specifier. So the basically the symbol is something like your percentage. So here this percentage is the symbol for these format specifiers, and it starts with this percentage symbol here in our C programming. So this is something about the description of your format specifier. So whenever you want to print any value on your output console that is present in your variable, you can print it with the help of this format specifier, and this format specifier starts with a percentile symbol. So we will see what are the different format specifiers that are present in our C language. So mostly we are using these six format specifiers in our C programming. So yes, we are having some more specifiers also in our ANSI C, but basically we are going to use these format specifiers in our C programming. So the first one is your percentile D. So what is this percentile D is? Percentile, as we have seen that format specifier always starts with percentile symbol. So percentile D. So this D represents it's an integer type. So we are having different data types: integer, float, decimal, short, long, and all those characters. So all those things. So in order to print a value, we need to use these format specifiers, and we need to specify which type of data it is. So for that we are having a different format specifiers. So the first one is a percentile D. So percentile D is your integer format specifier. So whenever you want to print an integer value, we need to use this format specifier, that is percentile D. Yes, and even in some cases we use a percentile I also for an integer. So mostly we use percentile D. The next one is your percentile C. So percentile C is your format specifier for your characters. So in order to print a character, we use this a percentile C format specifier. The next one is your percentile F. So percentile F is the format specifier for your float, or even for double also we use percentile F. So this is for percentile F for float or double. Whenever you are displaying your float or double value which is having a decimal values or your integer values, so decimal integer values, then we use this percentile F. There is one more in our ANSI, that is percentile E. So this percentile E is also used for your float and double, but when your float and double value is having an exponential values, then we are going to use percentile E. But if it is normal integer values, then decimal values, then we are going to use a percentile F in our C programming. Next one is your percentile S. So percentile S is the format specifier for your string. So whenever you want to print any string on your output console, we use this percentile S format specifier in our C programming. Next one is your percentile U. So percentile U is the format specifier for unsigned integer. So we know that in data types we are having signed integer and unsigned integer. So this one is all your signed integer format. This one is your unsigned integer. So whenever you want to print any unsigned integer value, then we are going to use percentile u. Next one is your percentile ld. So this percentile ld is for your long integer type. So whenever you are having long integer values, then you can use this percentile ld in our C programming. So for basic example, if you can see here, we have seen that printf is a predefined function that is present in our C language. So whenever I want to print any integer, I need to represent it as a percentile f double quotation mark percentile d, and if it is in a, so a is the variable in which an integer value is there. So whenever I want to print any data or your value that is present in a variable, I need to specify this percentile or your format specifier in my printf. So I am representing it as percentile d comma a. So in variable a, I am having an integer value. So if I want to print it, I need to mention it as percentile d. Similarly, if I want to print character, I represent it as percentile c. And if it is there in some p variable in printf, so in this way, I need to mention my statements. So integer percentile d, if it is a character, percentile c. Similarly, percentile f for float, percentile s for string, percentile u for your unsigned, and percentile ld is for your long integers. So depending upon which data you want to print it and which type of data you want to print it on your output console in our C program, we use these format specifiers in our C program. So these are important to print, and even if you want to take it in scanf also, we are using these format specifiers. So depending upon which type of format specifier we need to mention here. So here, based on these data types, which value and which type, we are using that particular format specifiers in our C programming. So here in one more thing is also there, that is flag width precision in our C programming. So here, as we have seen, percentile f stands for your float or double. But here, if you can see here, I have written percentile 10.3f. So 10.3f. So this represents your flag width precision. So whenever I write like this 10.3f, that represents I am printing a floating value. Okay, and here if you can see 10 here, so this is the width, so it will print left adjustment 10 decimal values or your 10 integer values for your float value, and dot represents this one, and these three represents, so I need only 3 decimal point values to be printed. The value, that is the floating point value that is present in my variable, so it will print 10 width value dot 3 represents only 3 decimal values. As we know that f float can take up to 6 decimal values, so out of which I am printing only 3 decimal point values. So 10.3f, if I mention like this, it will print something like this is the 10 values dot 3 represents the 3 decimal values that is there in a variable. So in this way, these format specifiers are very much important in our C program. So whenever you want to print any values, so what type of a value you want to print and how it need to be printed using this flag width precision. So how much value should be printed, we print that particular number or that particular width of the value in our output console. So this is about your format specifiers. So if you have any queries, you can comment in the comment section. If you want your online or your offline classes, you can contact Kaviram Academy. The number is provided in the screen. Thank you.